we'll be looking at how to code in ODK using the XLF form, and I'll begin by showing you around the Microsoft Excel platform, which I believe you should know how to use. So basically what we need is Microsoft Excel, and we're looking through the worksheets, and also we'll look through the various cells that you have. So on the first worksheet, I'm going to rename that to, so you right click on the first worksheet and you rename it to survey. Create another worksheet, right click on it, rename it to choices. Create the third worksheet, right click on it and rename to settings. You observe that I've used small letters across board, which is lowercase letters, so that is the standard. We go to the first cell, which is A1. So under survey, you go to A1 and type, go to B1, type name, go to C1 and type label. So basically these are the basic items you need to begin your coding. So I will explain what each of these items stand for. The label basically is what the end user or the person with the mobile phone is going to see at the time of data collection. So I'm asking, what is your name? So that's the full. The name basically give you the unique name for variable. This is normal across all programming languages. So variable names have to be unique for each variable item. So for example, I'm going to use Q1. What it means is, in my survey, I'm not going to have another variable, another name with the type, another data item with the name Q1. So I go to type, because I'm collecting variable character, so I'm going to type text as the data type. So the type defines the data type, the name defines the variable name, which the ODK platform will take as the unique name for each of your variables, and then the label is what the end user get to see at the point of using the mobile phone for data collection. So we'll go back and we type gender. When we have data type as gender, we say this is Q2 gender. We expect the user to select one. So from a list of options, we want the user to make just a single selection. The data type for that will be select_1. So the gender is referencing the choices section, where we're going to define what makes up the gender. So I've typed gender. So if I want the end user to be able to select more than one, so I will do select_multiple, and I have gender. So in this case, the end user is going to be able to select more than one option. But if you want just one option, you select _1. If you want multiple option, you select _multiple. Okay, so I've said we have 3 worksheets, and then for the first worksheet, which is survey, we have 3 major items we need to have: the type, the name, and the label. We basically will not need this again, so this is going off. So I've created a sample questionnaire to the right hand side of the screen for us to work with. So we'll go to choices worksheet. On the choices worksheet, the first data item you will need to type will be the list name. The second data item is the name, while the third is the label. So the list name here, the list name actually refers the name you use as at the time you were selecting whether multiple or single select. So let's see how we design this using the data types we have here to create this form, and then we can now go to the list name. The first item here, which is the first one, is the date column. So I'm going to define it as date data type. I will call it my question one, and the label is visit date. The second item is state, and we've been asked to have a drop down select one, so I'll do select underscore one. I'll call it state. That is my second question. Then I will call it state. The third item is also select underscore one, and is local government. So I'll call it my question number 3, LGA. We'll go to number 4, name of facility. This is a test field. Question 4, name of facility. We'll go to question number 5. It is also a test field, so I will type test. Question 5, name of supervisor. Okay, so I go to next, services available, select all that applies. That means it's going to be select underscore multiple, not one. All that apply means is multiple select. So we are looking at services. That is question 6, services available. Remember, the label is what the end user gets to see, so you want to type it properly so that they can read what you just typed. Is there a lab in the facility? Yes or no. So it's a select one. Yes or no, you either say is a yes or is a no. So we also say that is question 7. So is there a lab in this facility? So we'll go to question number 8, which says how many children do you have? So how many is actually asking for integer variable. So we enter integer. Question 8, how many community extension health worker do you have? Question number 9 says what is their average salary? So we have another data type called decimal for Q9. What is their average salary? Question 10, we've been expected to take image, so there's a data type called image. So take image. Question 11, we've been asked to take GPS coordinate. Again, there is a data type called geopoint, so I'll just type that geopoint. Question 11, record location. So we are good to go from this survey page. Now we need to go to the choices page and try to find a link where we have yes, no. So that is simple to do. So I come here and I have my yes underscore no. The first is yes, and I have yes as a label. The second is the same yes underscore no. So now I define my no, and I define my label for no. So you discover that we have basically used the same yes no. Since we have two options, yes and no, that's why we have this yes no under list name appearing twice. If we had multiple options up to 10, if we had add up to 10, this list will have gone down. So let's take the second list. We have state. So select one, then we'll take the variable after the select one, which is state. So we'll come here and we'll type state. We'll take the first FCT. So we'll take FCT as a state. Let's say we have another state, Nasarawa. So we'll take it Nasarawa as a state. We'll take another state, Kogi, as a state. Let's say we have Kaduna as a state. So we have Kaduna as a state. We have Lagos as a state. So we'll take Lagos. So we'll come here. Because they are all states, we'll drag states down, and then that gives us state. Now we come over to the next data item, which says local government. Is also a list, select one. So we'll come down to local government, LGA. So we'll take Amac as a local government. We take Ikeja as a local government. We take Karo as a local government. We take Zaria as a local government. And then we take Lokoja as a local government. So I'm also going to drag this. Local government gives us, okay, so we'll come down to local government. Now what we've done is, when the user selects state, the user will also come down and select local government. So in our other classes, we're going to try to link local government to state. But for now, let's not bother ourselves with that. We'll continue with our work. Select multiple services. Services available. So we'll come down to services. So remember, we are linking the list name to the item you have here. Okay, so the list name is being linked to that. So we have services number one. Let's say there is ANC, there is delivery, there is HIV, there is okay, there is pediatric clinic. So let's say these are the services available at the clinic. There is laboratory service, so we have lab. They will come down also. Remember, we drag, because every single item here, they are all services. So when you select, there's a drop down called services. When you select, you have this list appearing. When we start the practical section, we see it. So we've taken care of the yes and no. We have integer, we have decimal, image, and geopoint. That is basically all we need to get our ODK platform running. And so the next item I will introduce you to is the settings page, the settings worksheet. So basically what we need here is the form information. We have form title, and then we can also define the form ID. Every other thing is basically not too important for us. So let's call this form title SS visit 2, and let's call the ID 1 2 3 4. So when you upload this, the ODK2 is going to take the form title as a title of the mobile tool, and that is what the user will get to see. So we can save this. Always remember to save your work. So I'm going to click on save. So you click on file, choose a location where you want to save as. So choose your location. For me, I'm saving everything to a folder. So choose your location, and then you save your work. Remember where you are saving your file into, because you need to go back to it and use it again. So I'll say this as lesson 2. So save it as lesson 2. Okay, so once you save it, you can always call it up again. So I save it as lesson 2. My file to the Cobalt toolbox. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do that later. But I just want to bring out a few things to use so that we can update our Microsoft Excel file that we're creating. So you look through the topic. The title here is lesson 2, which is the file name I use in saving my file. So we'll go down. You will see the first item here is showing the visit date, which is the way we define it, visit date, and if data type is date, so we'll have the same data type as date. We'll come to the next item that says state. So the data type in this case is also select 1. So we need to make adjustment to this. What I need us to do now is to adjust this list. Instead of appearing as a list, it should appear as a drop down. So I'm going to add another column header here, which I will call appearance. So appearance allows you to define how you want the data item to appear to the user. So you can basically control the user interface from here. So I'm going to control this by setting the appearance to be minimal. So minimal means instead of appearing as a list, it should appear as a drop down that you select from. So I will do the same thing for local government. I will set it to minimal. Then I will come down to where we have yes, no. I'm also going to set this to minimal. You observe something that I'm not setting the services to minimum because we have said services should be multi-select, so we should allow that to remain there. So we have the state. We need to also control the text here. So I want it to be select state. So instead of just state, select local government. So I think that makes more sense rather than state and local government the way we have it before. So what we've done is to convert this from list, from radio buttons to drop down. So this is radio button. So we want it to be drop down rather than radio button. So facility gives us the same. You could see the way we define them, they are coming out. Facility is text box, so it allows you to type text or numbers. The same thing with name of supervisor. Then when we come to services, you will notice that because we have defined services to be multiple select, so I can select more than one. So I can actually select more than one, as against where we define state and local government as single select. So you watch this. Once I select a different local government, it gives me a different name. So I can't do double selection here, but when you use multiple, like I said earlier, multiple allows you to select more than one data item. So if you're asking question, for example, what are your colors? So you want the respondent to be able to enter color blue, color white, color green, and you are not trying to tie them to a single color. So you use multiple select. What are the cities you visited in the last 2 years? So you want the respondent to be able to select the number of cities like multiple select. So that's when we use multiple select. When you want respondent to select more than one answer, so you use multiple select. But when you want to restrict a respondent to just one single answer, like a yes or no, like a gender question, so you want to ask, are you male or female? So you can't be both, so you use single select one. So that's why we have yes, no. So how many? This is numeric. You can't enter normal alphabet here, so it gives you numeric variable. Average, again, this will allow you to enter in decimal point because we have set this as decimal. And finally, we have image, which allows you to capture the image of the respondent. So we have record location, which allows you to also use your phone to record GPS coordinate where the interview took place. So that way you are able to tell in a map where you actually interview that respondent. So I think these are some of the things ODK can give us which you can't get from paper. If you're using paper form, it's going to be difficult.